Hey everyone, the Joyful Yogini here. Welcome to Intuition Wednesday. This is where you get to practice your own intuition. Um, don't mind me, I'm still in my yoga clothes. Taught a couple of classes this morning. Haven't changed yet. Haven't walked the dogs yet. It's all coming together soon. So you're getting me all sweaty and as it is. So, Intuition Wednesday, if you haven't joined me for it before, I pick one deck of my cards. I think I got some lighting issues happening here. Is it a little bit too bright for you guys on Reddit? Let me know. Let me know if that's way too bright. Okay, so I choose one deck of cards and I am going to set an intention for messages that will help us for whatever we're going through right now. And one or more cards may have a message for you. So with Intuition Wednesday, okay, so when I do the weekly reading and I'm doing the reading for the collective, it means that the messages that I pull are for everyone and you relate to it in any way that works for you. For Intuition Wednesday, every card might not have a message for you. And it's about you tuning into the energy of the cards. And if you don't know how to do that, this is where you get to practice. I need to practice my intuition. Doing stuff like this is really important. It's not something that you just get. It's something you need to grow. Because you also need to build that trust that you are getting messages and that you can get messages in different ways. So we're going to be using our five senses to tune into the cards. And the energy is very interesting this week. Yesterday, we had the very powerful energy of 2/22/22. And so that's all about developing relationships. And any relationships that you were putting energy into yesterday, they're going to grow very strongly. Okay. This is very interesting, the cards that I just pulled. I'm not going to tell you what they are yet. I normally, okay, we got lots of cards. All right. Okay. I know, what the heck was that grunt? Anyways, because I was like, how long is this going to go on for? Because we got a lot of cards here to put. And I don't want this to go on too long because I still need to walk my dog. So let's just see how this flows. All right, so it looks like we have 5, potentially 6 cards because this last one, I have to feel into it and just see if I'm meant to be showing you those cards. Okay, so card number 1, I'm starting with just showing you the backs of all the cards. So they're all going to look exactly the same. Do I have this upside down? Yes, I do. Okay, so here is the first card. Now it looks like the lighting over here on Reddit is so bright that I don't know if you can see it very well. I'm just trying to adjust this a little bit. Okay, so a little better, but then it's on a lot of an angle here on YouTube. Is that okay? Let me keep it here for a bit and then I will bring it closer for Reddit shortly. Okay. So what I want you to do is close your eyes. Well, sorry, let me back up. You can start just by looking at the card. See if you're drawn to a certain area of the card. Maybe you're drawn to a certain color. Maybe you're drawn to a certain image or section. And hey, I got a new follower. Sweet. Love it. Okay, so you're tuning into it. How do you tune into it? So you want to use your 5 senses to tune into it. So far, we've been using our sense of sight. Let's now close our eyes and see where you feel the energy of the card within your body. Okay? And if you feel it in a certain area of your body, that could be an indication of the type of message that wants to come through for you specifically. And I might feel it in a different part of my body than you might feel it. It's not a right or a wrong. It just is. You might not feel anything for this card, and it might be because this card does not have a message for you. Okay? So you can use your 5 senses. So with your eyes closed, you're not only feeling where it is within your body, do you get any type of knowing? Maybe you're getting a sense of smell or taste. Maybe you hear something, maybe you feel something, maybe it's an emotion that comes up for you. Lately, there's been a couple of instances where I have gotten a strong scent. And I've only had that intuitive sense of smell. Like I could probably count it on, the times on one hand. But within the past 5 days, I had this. Let me go closer for Reddit. Your eyes might still be closed, and if they are, that's totally fine. But if you're coming in new and you want to tune into the card, I'm just showing you the back of the card that you're tuning your energy into. And if your eyes are still closed, you can use those senses. So what I was saying was that, okay, I'm going to put card number 2 up. So if that wasn't long enough for you, you can let me know. But yeah, I was getting this smell of chocolate on this one day. And then one of my relatives came to mind. And on another day, I got a strong smell of baking. And none of that was happening around me that I could see. And so it was very interesting. Do you have a question?
I had chocolate.
You had chocolate. When did you have chocolate?
Yesterday.
Okay, it wasn't yesterday that I had the smell, but hey, maybe that's what it was. And it was interesting when I had that smell of chocolate. I was in my bed, and to my knowledge, everyone else was sleeping. So it was interesting to smell that. Okay, so this is card number 2. So you're tuning into the energy of the card. See where you feel this in your body. So, and I'll check your messages in a second. So sorry, I have to have my glasses on so I can read your messages. I can put those on now. I got a hey. And thanks for the All Seeing Award. Here, I want to see who's saying hi. And again, I'm sorry for the glare on the cards. If you haven't yet closed your eyes, you could close your eyes. Airborne Army guy is back in the house again. Cool. TB Devil, how are ya? All right. So hopefully you're feeling this in different ways, seeing if you get any type of messages in different ways. And afterwards, I'm going to reveal all of the cards and channel whatever messages want to come through for each card. So that's card number 2. Again, if you want me to bring any cards back up because you needed more time, you can let me know. And I like this to be interactive. So if you got any types of messages, try not to judge them, and you can write them in the comments. You can say, card 1, I got this. Card 3, I got this, Okay, here is card 3. Card number 3. You can look at it at first. See, even though the back of the cards are all identical and drawing, have a great day. Key guarantee. You too, man. You have an awesome day. Thanks for sharing your energy here. So, yeah, as I was saying, even though the artwork is identical on each of the cards or the back of each of the cards, you could actually see something a little bit different. And that's because your mind's eye is doing an interpretation of the card based on the energy of the card. And when I'm talking about energy, like an apple has a different energy than an orange. A pine tree has a different energy than a cedar tree. Okay, so hopefully I held that up long enough for you. That's card number 2. Let's go to card number 3. Here's the back of the card. Hard to see the card. Okay, so I'm going to bring this closer. Airborne Army guy, thank you so much for telling me that. Okay, so YouTube, you can either, if you're watching this after the fact, you can pause it so you can keep looking at the card and read it. I hope that helps for you. And when you're ready, close your eyes. The energy of the card is still there, even if you can't see it very well. If it goes into the glare again, read it. Just close your eyes while you're tuning into the energy. See if you feel it in a different part of your body. See if any thoughts roll in, any emotions, sight, taste, touch. What I mean by touch is you could potentially feel like you are, this might sound kind of bad, but you could potentially feel you are being touched in a certain way in a certain area of your body. Like that's how this card is affecting you. Okay, so that's card number 4. Let's go to card number 5. Reddit, I'm going to bring it closer to you in a second. I'm just going to bring this nice and close to YouTube first. And then YouTube peeps, when you're ready, you can close your eyes. And again, if you're looking at this after the fact, you can pause it for a bit to really stare at that card. And the same for Reddit. Let me give that to you. Airborne Army guy, you're so welcome. Yeah, tune into that card. And when you're ready, close your eyes. Where do you feel it? What messages do you get? What thoughts pop in? What emotions come up? What feelings do you get? Use your 5 senses. Be open to messages in different ways. So that's card number 5. Card number 5. I am going to bring up this 6th card. Here's the 6th card. Reddit, I'll bring it closer to you in a second. I'm just going to bring it nice and close to YouTube first. Good. I'm going to bring it nice and close to Reddit. Close your eyes when you're ready. Feel into it. Good. So feel free to write down what you got. There's a lot of cards to remember there. So if certain cards gave you a message, you can write them in the comments and write what type of message you got, not judging it, right? Okay, so let's go into the cards now. Card number 1 is Soulmate. I'm going to bring that nice and close to YouTube and then to Reddit. Soulmate. So, if you have been searching for your soulmate, this is confirmation that your soulmate has or is coming into your life. And so you might have had some new people recently come in. Trust in that, or trust that they are on their way. And the journey to get to that soulmate, we need to trust in that journey. And sometimes you need to have certain relationships before you are fully ready for that soulmate to come in. And if you are in a significant relationship right now, if it hasn't been deepening and you feel like you've been pulling apart, then pay attention to that as well, because there has been a repelling happening with situations and people with relationships that if it's no longer serving you, right? If one or both of you can't go any deeper with each other, a deeper level of compassion and understanding, then there is going to be that repelling happening. But if in some ways you feel a deepening, better communication, more understanding of that. But if you feel, if you're not currently in a significant relationship, but new people have been coming in, notice the feelings that you've been getting. And if you can compare the feelings that you've been having with, let's say, other people in your life when you meet them, and then with this particular person, if it's just like, wow, this is like different and easy and flowing, pay attention to that. Now, you don't need to create constrictions and boundaries going, wow, this is my soulmate. You don't necessarily have to do that. because we don't want to hold on to anything so tightly. But you can be excited about the adventure, about this new depth of relationship that has been unfolding or will be unfolding. You can be in the excitement of that. But again, don't create constrictions. Allow things to flow. Because as I said before, sometimes we need to have certain relationships, certain interactions before the soulmate comes in, or this could be it, right? So we need to have that element of the unknown right now still. And I know sometimes I'm like, well, what the fuck? Why can't we just know? Because trusting is part of our journey as well. Hello, can I get in line for reading and just call me Duckin? All right, Deccan, how are you? So right now we're doing Intuition Wednesday, and there's 5 other cards that I'm revealing right now, and you can see which cards actually resonate with you. Okay, because all of these cards came up for a reason, but one or more of the cards will resonate for you. So using your intuition to see how the messages fit or feel within your body and determine whether this message is right for you. Okay? So I'm going into the next card now. Card number 2 is friendship. So, what I want to bring to your attention, where is thy soulmate? Oh, someone's trying to call me. Where is thy soulmate? Thy soulmate is comest forthest. That was terrible. I'm happy with the general reading. All right, Deccan. So let's see how this general reading goes for you, okay? So I'm just going to bring that close so you can see that friendship. So what I was going to say is if the first card resonated with you and the second card resonated with you, that soulmate could potentially be a friendship. It could be, as opposed to a love relationship, it could be a friendship, because soulmates can have, some people have a soulmate is this definition, you know? I have a more broader definition, because you can have certain souls come into your life that are meant to be with you for a lifetime, or maybe it's for a season, right? Maybe it's just for a certain period of time. And that could do with a love, passionate relationship, that could do with a friendship, that could even do with a family member. We're in our each other's lives for a certain reason or season, right? Or both. And so be open and excited for what might be unfolding. So the new relationships, the new people that have been coming into your life are showing you also where, I'm going to read your messages in a second, are also showing you where you are at. So what type of people are you attracting? What are the characteristics that they have? What do you like about them? What don't you like about them? And it could be an indication of where you're at on the inside, because that's what you're attracting. So if you feel like you've been attracting some pretty positive people in your life, you should be celebrating, because that's where your energy has been at. That's what you're drawing in. It's a beautiful mirror for you. And if you have been bringing in some sludge and some people who are in their victim place and heaviness, and you have enjoyed being around that, you're like, yeah, this is they get me. Then also notice that that's what you're attracting. Now, if you have been attracting them into your life and it hasn't been feeling good, because I gave you an example of, yeah, this is my tribe. But if it hasn't been feeling good, then they're also showing you something, because maybe we've been dipping down into our victim place, right? Maybe and it's understandable. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's like, so we need to have these ups and downs to show us where we're at in any given time period, right? And showing us things that we might need to shift. I'm open to finding them. Oh, key guarantee. That's awesome. That's all you need to be is open to finding them and focus on what you want. Don't focus on what you don't want. Focus on what you want. So, if new people have been coming into your life and this card resonated for you, embrace those new friendships that have been coming in. You've been bringing in your tribe. This is the beautiful timing for us to bring in that soul tribe, surround ourselves with people who get us. And if you have been on that journey, if you've been consciously like, I want to align with myself, I want to be the best version of me and release what is no longer serving me, and then these new people have been coming into your life, and you're like, I freaking like them, really resonate with them. Congratulate yourself. You should be celebrating and put some energy into these friendships, and of course energy in a way that works for you. You don't have to give too much to create imbalance within yourself, right? You find that balance and be in gratitude for the friendships. Okay, card number 3, children. You can bring that nice and close to you guys, children. So this card can come up for a couple of reasons. For some of you, the card might be coming up that you have children coming into your life. Maybe a new baby is on the way. And if you're like, holy crap, I hope not, then don't worry, don't sweat. It might simply be, or maybe you already have children. And if that's the case, then this week, like for the next 7 days, you're going to be more in that maternal place, more of that giving, that teaching, that motherly primal mother type of energy. Even if you're masculine, even if you feel like you're more masculine than feminine, we all have both masculine and feminine in us. So it's being in that more maternal place and being that guide, being that caregiver, showing that compassion, having that patience and that gentleness. So, and if you don't have your own kids, you might just be around someone else's kids in some way. Maybe it's part of your job, but really notice the connections that you make because they are significant right now. And the children that will be around you, the child, they need to have that gentleness and that patience right now with you. So give them that love in a way that's going to work for you. And if you are wanting to have kids, this could be the confirmation for you that a child or children are on their way. Card number 4, Serenity. So this woman is in the garden and she's totally at peace. You can feel that peace, that calm. She is admiring the flowers. And it's interesting, something I didn't notice this before is she has her hands over the flowers like this. And to me that reminds me of energy healing. So I'm an energy healer and I do Reiki, or I can call it a morphed version of energy healing. It's not just Reiki, right? And so it's like she's giving the flowers love. And so, what's coming to mind is no matter what is going on in your life, no matter what type of disruptions might happen, and maybe other people are causing disruption because of their emotions and their words or their harshness or whatever it is, or maybe their sadness or their own discombobulation, I'll just call it. You can find your own serenity. So you can send the situation or the person love. And even if you're not an energy healer, you don't know how to work with energy, here's your time to practice. All you need to do is set your intention on surrounding the person or the situation with love. And maybe you want to visualize it in a color. You don't have to, it's just an option. Love, uh, giving love is the color green, and receiving love is the color pink. So you can picture green energy and whatever shade of green that turns you on, you can surround the person of the situation with green energy, or maybe it's just going to simply be white energy. Light, love and light. Or maybe it's pink. Maybe they need to love themselves. Maybe they're not loving themselves, which is why they are discombobulated. Maybe you need to love yourself so you can get yourself back in balance. So, no matter what is going on, you can send the situation, send the person, including yourself, love and light, and you can find peace in whatever's going on. Now, I got to tell you, easier said than done, right? Especially if you're in the thick of things, even if it's someone else's stuff, but they set you off. You got a button push now. It's not that easy to go, I'm just going to send some love because you might be like, oh, my battery's low on my computer. How low? Let me see. 6%. Oh, Truth Wins is in the house. Hey, Truth. How are ya? Okay, let me get my charger. Hold on one second. Okay. Let me plug this in. Plug it in, plug it in. That was a good marketing um, strategy with that song. Can't think of the right wording. All right. Okay, cool. And Truth, thanks for all the hearts. You're sending me green love. I love it. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Am I discombobulated? I've definitely been having ups and downs. And those of you who've been watching for a while, you know that. Okay, so yeah, back with the Serenity. Find your peace in whatever you're going through. LOL, that's right. Okay, card number 5, music. So I'm just going to bring this nice and close to Reddit, and then I'm going to bring a nice I am. You're going through the same thing, Truth? Okay, I'm sending you love and light, Truth. Wrapping it around you, through you, all over you. Okay, so music. Those of you resonated with card number 5, or if you're going to see if it resonates with you now, music is going to be a way to amplify that joy factor. So, those of you who are new to watching me, you just to make sure that you're aware, your second chakra, if you know anything of energy centers, and if you don't, that's okay. It's located between your hips. It resonates the color orange. So it's a spinning wheel of orange energy. It's the center of your joy, your creativity, your fertility, your abundance, and your sexuality. It's your joy center, right? And so, in order for us to amplify this, we can use music to amplify it. Why do we want to amplify it? Well, don't you want to amplify your abundance? Don't you want to feel more joyful? Don't you want to be creative, to be able to problem solve and overcome whatever you might be facing, or be able to just stay open to what you might be facing, so you don't get into that victim mode, right? You can handle things better when you're in that place of joy. And why not rev up that libido as well, right? Why not? you know? So, revving everything up is going to help you to raise that vibration. When that vibration is higher, you're attracting more high, good vibes into your life. And so, if you have these desires that would make you so freaking happy, that's high vibe stuff. So, you need to match the energy to bring it in. If you ever listen to Abraham Hicks, I like the way she or they describe it, which is if you have your radio station tuned at, let's say, 99.9, but you want to get the radio station that is 105.5, you're not going to get it unless you tune yourself to the 105.5. So, in order to raise that vibration up, so if you have a desire that would make your heart fucking sing, that you would just be like, yeah, life is freaking awesome. I'm in total alignment with who I am and what I want and just feeling awesomeness. So, if that's where you want to get, you need to first raise your vibration up to that. It's your responsibility to do that. So you can use music. Hey, thanks for the hearts. Thanks for the love. You can do that by using music and maybe dance and maybe sing to be able to rev that vibration up so you can draw what you desire in. Okay? So we need to tune our frequency to what we desire, which is love, which is light, which is joyfulness, which is bliss, right? Let's aim to live a life of bliss. Easier said than done. Well, it takes practice tuning your vibration up, and we're going to have these dips. And when we get down, all we need to do is notice it, use tools, use strategies to get yourself back up. Sometimes we simply, I'm going to read that in a second. Sometimes we simply need to distract our thoughts to get ourselves more into a positive vibe place. And then when we go back to whatever was pissing us off, because we were able to change our perspective, change our frequency, change our vibration. Now, when we look at that situation that was pissing us off, we're seeing it more clearly. It's like our glasses have been smeared and all fogged up, and we've been able to clean them off and now go, okay, it's not so bad. Actually, I can handle this. This is pretty damn good, right? Okay, so what does it say? Just join. What are we talking about? Okay. And Key Guarantee, thanks. It was you who sent me the hearts, the love. Thank you. We are doing it's into Wednesday, and you're tuning into each of the cards to see if any of the message resonates for you. There are 6 cards. We're going on to card number 6. I do this starting at 11 o'clock on Wednesdays, Eastern Standard Time, so that's Toronto time. And so at first you have a chance of tuning into the backs of the cards, so you don't know what the cards are. But if you come in late, I'll tell you what the card is. I'll channel a message, and you can at that point see if it resonates for you. So I'm going to be pulling the last card. Never thought of it that way. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, cool. All right. So, final card. And this is a great card. We have enchantment. I'm going to bring it nice and close to YouTube, and I'm going to bring it nice and close to Reddit. There you go. Enchantment. This is dreaming big. This is believing in fairies. This is believing in a fairy godmother. This is believing in the magic of Santa and Christmas. This is believing in Merlin the magician. So it's all that fantasy type energy, but it's not necessarily fantasy, because that magical, creative, or creation energy is within each and every one of you. So if you want to create awesomeness, you first need to believe. Just like if your parents ever said, well, as soon as you don't believe in Santa, you don't get the presents anymore. So even if they were, let's say, Santa, that magic of Christmas, that magical energy, it really does exist. And the image that came in is the fox energy. That is the magician. And so we all have this inner magician. We all have creation energy. If you think about even your sexual parts, right? So whether you have eggs or whether you have sperm, maybe you have both, right? We're all different and beautifully unique. That is creation energy. And we not only have it there physically, but we have it there energetically. And when we focus upon what we want and we believe that we are a creator, that we do create our reality, then you can draw that energy into you. And you can start practicing with manifesting, with generating beautiful experiences. You can start as simple as you're going to drive somewhere and you want a really good parking spot. And maybe you know kind of the area that you like to park in for where you're going. And you want that parking spot or that section for there to be a parking spot that is wide open for you. So give your angels and guides time to set that up for you. So maybe an hour ahead of time, couple hours ahead of time, you're going to go, all right, so this is a spot that I want. make it so. And you can practice with that. And then when you see that that spot is open, you got to celebrate. You go, yeah, I'm a manifester, or I generated that, which is so good. So, with the two dogs that I have, I manifested them. This house that I'm living in right now, I manifested this, and I started dreaming about aspects of it before it actually came to fruition. So my angels and guides were like giving me confirmation that it was coming, and showing me some images of it. So then when I saw it, I'm like, before I even came in, I'm like, this is it. This is the place. And even giving me messages about certain people coming into my life sometimes too, and what they might mean for me. So focus on what you want, and you can generate that awesomeness into your life, providing you believe, you trust. Okay, are you an empath? Yes, yes, I am. Nice username. Show your boobs. Okay, Wide Ostrich says Kiram to Sibilet. I don't know what that means. And then Old Hovercraft is saying hi, hi. And then Show Your Boobs 20 is saying, my understanding material is not important energy. You know what? Everyone has their own belief systems, which is beautiful. So if that belief works for you, then that's wonderful. My belief is that we live in a material world, and sometimes material things can bring in joy. And sometimes thought patterns can squash that joy. Oh, I shouldn't be, that's kind of selfish if I want that. Or because there's other people going through this and I want that. No, that's too selfish of me. So those thoughts can create the distortions, which is like, no, material things are bad. But those are just thoughts. And so you can always change your perceptions about things, but it depends on the beliefs that feel good for you. For me, we are in a material world, and generating material items or financial abundance can bring joy and appreciation and gratitude. And it can also assist us to give, right? To give and to receive. Life is about a balance of giving and receiving, and it can happen in all different ways. So to me, whether it's energetic manifestation or physical manifestation, I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it's a very beautiful thing. Bless you. Okay. It was just, you look like you're in your 30s. Old Hovercraft, I love you. That's awesome. Because I'm not, but that is awesome. It was just a question. All right, show your boobs. That's great. I love questions. And I'm definitely no judgment, right? Like we can all have our own belief systems, and it and yeah, you're right. Because sometimes we'll just like, well, what about this? And you might not know where you sit with it, right? And you're just trying to feel your way through. And now getting the information that I gave to you, you now can sit with it and process it, either take it or leave it, right? So I love it when people ask questions. Wide Ostrich, I don't know what that says, but I'm going to dare to try to say it. Cause nanats naz der lizat parve there. Hopefully I didn't swear at you. Okay, Show Your Boobs 20 says, right, but that's earth, right, not spiritual bound. That's earth, right, not spiritual bound. Yes, it is earth, but we are connected, earth and spirit, and we need to ground ourselves down here to feel safe and to secure and to be able to manifest things no matter what they are, energetic or physical. We need to be grounded on the earth plane while we're still connected. We can't always be up in the ether, because then you can't manifest. And we want to engage while we're here. We want to engage. Life is about relationships and the experiencing of each other. So that's my 2 cents about that one. You look more like dancer. Old Hovercraft. Hey, that's cool. I do yoga. So maybe That is the dancer side of me. I dance through the power of yoga, energetically and physically, right? Yes, thank you, says Show Your Boobs 20. Cool. Awesome. I'm wondering where you're from. I'm wondering, are you from? I was feeling India, but I could be very off. But, anyways, I was just wondering. You can share or not share. It is up to you. That is the question. Share or not share. So, those were all of the cards. What time is it right now? Let me double check on the time. 11:51. So I am teaching Aquafit this afternoon. Bless you. And so I need to take my dogs for a walk. Hopefully, I know some of you were interested in me pulling cards directly for you, but I hope all of those cards that I pulled, one or more of them, providing you with the answers that maybe you were looking for, or simply messages that you're like, yeah, I needed to hear that. Maybe not realizing you needed to hear it until you heard it. And if you didn't catch the whole thing, you can follow me and then you can play this back from the beginning, giving yourself an opportunity to be able to practice with your intuition and choosing the cards ahead of time. So I do this every Wednesday, and I'm aiming on Wednesdays for 11 a.m. You can also join me on Mondays for the weekly reading, 12:30 p.m. This is Eastern Standard Time, Toronto time. You can also catch me on Fridays for Feel Good Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I have a different theme every week. And if my Feel Good Friday is on YouTube and it's on Reddit, if you want to join any of my other social media platforms, you can go to my Instagram. Interested in checking out my YouTube, it is The Joyful Yogini. And you can always DM me if you have a problem finding anything, and I can send you a link. So thank you, everybody, so much. Was there any messages that I missed? Oh, old hovercraft. You're Indian. Oh, okay, cool. Very cool. Show your boob 20, me. Um, now I don't remember who it was that I was thinking about that. Whoever was asking about the material world instead of me going back. Okay. Co Chom Papano Meow or something. I don't know what that name is. But hello, and thank you for the beautiful compliment. And show your boobs 20, clear your mind, and let's put our energy together to see my vision. Oh, interesting. Okay, let me do that right now. Okay, I don't know why, but for some reason, I'm having a hard I wasn't getting any type of visual, and I kept hearing camel. And then I was seeing side bags that might go on a camel, but still not getting a clear picture. And every time I was trying to get a clear picture, I kept hearing camel. So I don't know. I don't feel like that's going to be in relation to what you were thinking, but I don't know. I'm not too sure why. Maybe I wasn't meant to see it for some reason. After the stream, I can tune in and see what comes up, and maybe send you a DM or something like that. You look like Ren from Corridor Crew YouTube YT channel. No way. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Who's Ren? Maybe I should look that up. Okay. So Show was saying I was trying very hard to send your way. Okay. Let me see if I can try it again. Hey, haven't seen you a bit. How have you been? Hey, punk rock lobster. Rock lobster. Makes me think of that song every time. I'm okay. Been going through a lot. going through a separation. So ups and downs, a whole lot of that going on right now. But overall good and positive about the future. Okay, so show your let me try to be open to it again. Last time. What I'm getting right now is I'm just seeing a man in like a loin, just the bottom covered, bare chest, very, very with a wooden stick or branch coming out this way with buckets hanging balanced on either side. And to me, it feels heavy and walking within the heat, but with total confidence that you still got this and moving, working towards goals. I don't know if that resonates with you at all, but I'm just throwing that out there. I'm sorry to hear that, says Punk Rock Lobster. I'm sure it'll work out for the best in the long run. Yeah. Yeah, I believe that. I believe it. It's really good. It's actually a sign that I've come into my power and am moving forward into that, which is pretty cool. All right, everybody, I got to get going so I can walk the puppies. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll catch you on Feel Good Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Instagram and on YouTube. And then I'll be back on Monday. And if any of you are interested in joining any of my yoga classes, they are over Zoom as well. I was going to say as well, they're not in studio right now. They're going back to studio in the spring. But definitely I'll be keeping my online. So if you're interested, tonight I have a Yin Yoga Class, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, last night I had my candlelight vinyasa flow, and that's at 8:30 p.m. So they're nice classes. You can keep it gentle, or that vinyasa flow, you can ramp it up if you want. I give options for ramping it up or chilling it down. And I have a morning power yoga, and I also have chair yoga on Mondays and Wednesdays. So, anyways, you can chat with me if you're interested in something like that. From my light to yours, namaste. I'm going to say goodbye to YouTube first. See you later. Thanks for joining. Okay, and Reddit. It's time.